And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started. Hi, and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Our game tonight featuring the Miami Heat as they go up against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Chicago, lurking in the basement of the conference for the time being, they're not pleased with their performance so far this season. And, of course, the Heat, a game behind.
And, you know, for the Heat, with the start they've had, they've taken what was such a hopeful preseason and turned the mood sour.
Well, it's clear they didn't do enough in the offseason to make any kind of major improvement. They're in for a long year.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, the one-and-done draft requirement will be abolished very soon. In the meantime, the G League professional path has been introduced for those looking to come straight out of high school. A salary of $125,000, potential endorsements, and access to NBA development has enticed more than a few to pursue this new avenue. Kevin?
Well, the G League continues to be a great asset for the NBA. Great stuff, David. Thank you. So the opening lineup for the Heat, at the 2 and the 3, it's Butler and Winslow. Bam Adebayo is out there with Myers-Leonard, and it's Nunn in at the point. And for Chicago, Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. And it's Carter in at the center, filling out the middle.
Yeah, Kevin, and last season, the Bulls making a deadline deal for Otto Porter. I mean, they were doing what they could to add to their youth core. They have quite a number of very young contributors.
Here's Nunn. Pass to Winslow. He kicks it to Butler. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Just 5 on the clock. Leonard, no luck. And see web guys like Levine and Carter, Markkanen, and Porter make up the core of this Bulls team.
Yeah, Kevin, and the Bulls were the second youngest team in the league last year. I mean, I know they're rebuilding and looking to the future. I mean, they have talent. It's just a matter of growing the right way.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. And it's Otto Porter with the foul. That's his first foul.
And that's a quick foul for him there. It looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
Here's Butler. He's coming off a 28-point game against Cleveland.
And don't leave out his rebounder, Kev. I mean, he had a big impact in that game with all his effort on the glass.
Here's White. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Right side, Markkanen. Outside, Levine. Drills it from outside.
And it's important that Markkanen develops his floor awareness. I mean, passes like that go a long way.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Here's Nunn. White covering. And it's sent back by Carter.
Wendell Carter Jr., 6'11", able to use his great length to get the block right there.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, that's something that they scouted him coming into tonight. They know he can make this shot. That's a poor effort defensively.
Now here's White. 20 points for him last game against Detroit.
And it was a huge night for him at the other end as well. How about the steals? And he was just a big headache the entire game.
Given his size and skill set, Markkanen is hard to deal with, especially when he's looking to score.
And the stretch big man, Lauri Markkanen, very strong player on offense.
Well, I told you, Kevin, it's no secret. I like Markkanen best when he is a bit greedy, searching for his shot. I mean, sometimes I feel he can defer too much, but he has the skills to be a great scoring threat if he is playing aggressive.
The first free throw is good. In the new season, Chris, every team wants that fast start, but when you really think about it, how important is that in the grand scheme of things?
Well, it depends on where you are. Like, let's think about Houston last year with the injuries. You don't want to get to a slow start where you're fighting for home court advantage. So it's very important. And usually veteran teams know that first 2-3 weeks of the season is when you can sneak teams. And if you're a younger team and you understand that, wait a minute, it's all about attention to detail, focus, and playing hard, you can get some pretty nice upsets early, because when for young teams, once the scouting report comes out and teams hone in on you, it might be a little bit more of a difficult season as the days go ahead. Yeah, watch out.
And it's sent back by Carter. And here we go. Levine heading to the hoop. And Levine throws it down.
A blur in the open floor. Levine is great at hustling and converting in transition.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Nunn. White covering. Nunn passes to Adebayo. Winslow with it. 14 points from him the last game against Cleveland. Clock is at 3. Releases. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
Carter finds Porter. Now here's White. Jacks up a 3. They get it back. Second chance shot. Markkanen, good.
They've come out with guns blazing. 4 for 5 from the field. They've got the D really.
Here's Nunn. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Deflects the pass. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in team free throws. In fourth, the Heat.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Butler.
Oh, good job at sticking with his man. When Levine is engaged on defense, it makes a huge difference.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Now here's Levine. He has 5. Tipped away. Here's Nunn, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, very aggressive. I mean, he takes on the challenge with no hesitation.
Here's White. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Markkanen. Over Adebayo. Markkanen can't get it to go.
The rotation in the D could be better here. It'll cost them next time if it's not.
Down low, Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's White. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. Kicks it to Levine. Markkanen passes to Levine. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, Zach LaVine possesses a speed, Chris, and a burst that makes him a very tough matchup.
Yeah, and he has a great first step. I mean, when he's trying to beat a defender off the bounce, you can't let him get an edge to the hoop. He'll flush it on your head 9 times out of 10.
Bulls shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, Kev, with the competitive nature of Zach LaVine is what drives him. I mean, he spoke up more for and against his team last season as they had a rough go in the standings.
And so LaVine nails both of them. And with Levine, Chris, as you said, he was very frustrated with the losing last year.
Yeah, but you'd rather have a player who is vocal about it than one who doesn't care. Levine has the talent and mentality to be a star for this team and is desperate to make them a winner.
Here's Nunn. Passes it to Adebayo. And here's Winslow. To the paint, here's Leonard.
This is the intensity Carter Jr. brings. I mean, he's a guy who really gets after it and tries to annoy shooters.
White the pass to Levine. Over Butler. Levine, good. Levine's got 9 points.
If there's ever a successful shot that still gets your coach mad at you, that's the one.
Here's Nunn. Butler on the wing. 6 to shoot. The pass to Adebayo. Over White. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Bulls leading by 5. Pass to Markkanen. Back to White. And stolen by Butler. And now Winslow pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
This guy works hard on defense. Butler, when you're careless around him, oh, he'll make you pay.
Here's White. It's hauled in by the Heat.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points. Defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
And Markkanen throws it down.
Given his height, Markkanen makes dunking look second nature. Got to keep him away from the rim.
Here's Nunn. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Butler on the wing. Clock at 6. And that one is off. Excellent D there from Markkanen.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Pass to Butler. Takes the 13-footer. Porter pulls it in.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
White drives in. Some solid defense from Butler. The Heat trail by 5. Pass to Nunn. Three-pointer. Drains it from beyond the arc. Nunn's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, look, if you're open, Butler will find you. His court awareness, very impressive.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And great, when you look at the top perimeter defenders in the game today, how high does Jimmy Butler rank on that list?
Look, he's in the top handful, no doubt about it. Multiple all-defense selections. He is a true two-way terror.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And here are the Bulls now. Here's Satoransky. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Bulls lead by 5.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Now Dragic. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. And that one drops.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of the game. And they just had so few opportunities. And I think that was their Achilles heel.
And second chance points. It's another great indicator of which team won in the hustle department. And tonight, they didn't win that battle.
The Heat trail by 6. Here's Hero. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous. Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup, that'll get the whole team pumped up.
And Young kicks to Valentine. Back to Young. Over Jones. Young's shot is off.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
And then Johnson with the dunk.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Now, here's Dunn. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
What unselfishness from the young guard, Dunn. He's making more of an effort to distribute the ball.
Here's Dragic. 6-point game. And there's another one for the Heat. Chicago's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Satoransky, the pass to Felicio. Now the dish to Young. Back to Felicio. Shoots over Olynyk. It's Chicago with another bucket.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Here's Dragic. 1:56 left in the first quarter. Good ball movement here by the Heat. The pass to Olynyk. 6 on the shot clock. Jones finds Olynyk. Here's Dragic from outside. That one doesn't drop. So the Bulls will take it the other way. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
So we're going to say they're going to be familiar with each other, huh? But even so, these teams will learn about each other tonight. So much changes from year to year.
Olynyk dishes to Dragic. Here's Hero. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Now here's Satoransky. Pass to Young. Takes the 13-footer. It's Chicago with another bucket.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
The Heat trail by 8. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Hero. Dunn covering. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Miami shooting their first free throws of the night.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
And the first one at the line is good. Both shots good from the stripe.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Satoransky against Dragic. Dunn left side. Here's Young. And he overshot that one, missing. The Heat trail by 6. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Dragic. And he lays it straight in. Dragic has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Oh, he's got a role in this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
Satoransky, the pass to Young. Johnson with the block, and he's able to get it back. With 1 on the clock, another one falls for Chicago. And so it's Zach LaVine making things happen for the Chicago Bulls. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we'll be back with you shortly. The trade deadline is approaching, and Jimmy Butler talked about how it feels hearing your name in trade rumors.
Rumors are different for everybody, to tell you the truth. For me, I don't think about it because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You go out there and control what you can control. You know, try to help your team win games, play to the best of your abilities. And if it just so happens you get traded, then you got to suit up and play for the next team.
Staying level-headed and ready for whatever's next. That's Jimmy's mindset, Greg, in a nutshell.
And it's fair to say that the level of professionalism and maturity he possesses is really impressive.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Well, governing the split of second chance opportunities, Jay, I mean, that's what has them in the lead after one.
On the court for Miami here in the second. We've got Johnson. Dragic is out there with Hero. Then it's Olynyk, and it's Jones in at the small forward position. Now, here's Satoransky. Goran Dragic grabs the board. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Miami Heat. 6-point game. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Satoransky with it. Pass to Dunn. It's tipped.
Oh, and he's the rare player with a shorter arm span than his height. I mean, Olynyk is still going to get his share of blocks.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Chicago Bulls continue to be a team in rebuild mode. They traded for Otto Porter at the deadline last season, and that seemed like a turning point. It lessened the logjam in the front court, and his versatile game fit well with some of the young players. Now that they've added rookie Kobe White with other moves this summer, fans are eager to see this young team take the next step. Kevin?
And David, they've got some pieces too. Thank you.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on.
And Satoransky kicks to Valentine. And it's the Heat on the break. Jones is running. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
The feed to Young. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
Now, let's take a quick look at the numbers for Dunn. He's right around 9 points a night, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. When you have a shooter like him off the bench, it makes scoring so much easier for the bench.
Yeah, when he's taking on the scorer's role for that second unit, then the others can go focus on what they naturally do best.
And it's the Heat with the ball after the three-pointer from Zach LaVine. Hero passes to Winslow, dishes it to Dragic. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And here's LaVine. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Now Dragic. He kicks it to Olynyk. Shot clock at 5. Here's Hero. Off target from three-point range. For Chicago, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5.
And the veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Carter, he's checked in for Felicio. Lowry Markkanen comes in for Thaddeus Young. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Valentine. And it's White in for Dunn. And now it's time for the Rookie Watch with this season's assist leaders. This is the newest crop of playmakers in the NBA. And you look at White, third in assists and a great leader. And, of course, Tyler Hero. He's right there as well.
It's been a grand entrance to the NBA for both of these players. I mean, I think we could be seeing two of the next great playmakers in our league.
And he knocks down the first one. See, well, we've heard some people criticize the league's obsession with the three-pointers, saying the game is less fun to watch. You and I have talked to coaches who do not like the style of play. Would you agree with that?
You know what, I do, Kev, but it's all in the way that it happens. So let's talk about a team like Golden State, okay? Golden State shoots so many threes, right? But they don't shoot the most threes, and they have the best ball movement. And they still take the most number of twos. And so they have a balanced game. Now, they have three of the best shooters last season out of any team maybe in the history of the game. And they don't take the most threes, but then you have teams that have every guy shooting under 30%, and they're shooting 100 threes with no ball movement. Yeah, something's backwards. It's still about playing basketball and shooting threes, not shooting threes during a game that happens to be a basketball game, if that makes any sense.
It does. Perfect sense. The Heat shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Now here's White. Not a lot of room. Kicks to Levine. Passes it to Carter. Butler against Levine. 5 to shoot. And again, Chicago. No good. And it's the Heat on the break. Puts it up. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And so White will bring it up for Chicago. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to Cleveland.
And in terms of intensity, they kind of took the night off. Looked like they were just going through the motions.
Man, only surprise is that the margin wasn't great. I mean, somehow they managed to hang around despite their lack of effort, Greg.
The Heat trail by 3. Here's Winslow. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Chicago grabs the miss. Carter's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Levine dishes to Porter. The offensive rebound. Levine can't hit.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Porter passes to Levine. And finished off by Porter.
Capable of doing many things well. Levine has a good sense of when his guys are open.
Here's Nunn. He's got 6. And stolen by White. Levine up top. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The Heat trail by 7. Here's Nunn. He averages about 5 points a game. Winslow finds Butler. Over Levine. Shots good from Butler. Butler's got his 2nd basket.
Some say the mid-range jumper is dying out. Yeah, right. Guys like Butler, they're keeping it alive.
Markkanen, good. And the Bulls lead by 7.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Nunn. Right side, Leonard. Inside. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And last year, a bit of a pivot for Justice Winslow in terms of his game. Found one of the better ways he could contribute to the team is through his developing playmaking skills.
That's good from Winslow. And for Winslow, he filled in at the point when Dragic was injured last season.
And Winslow looked really comfortable in that playmaking role. We know he struggled with his shooting, but when he can contribute with his passing, it adds another layer to his game.
The Heat trail by 4. In transition, here comes Miami. And it's Butler with the jam.
Getting out on the break. Butler completes the transition play.
Well, Chicago's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Injuries can play such a big part in a player's career. Which guys strike you, Chris, as the biggest what-if stories? Have they stayed healthy?
Wow. I mean, you got to start, in my mind, I got to go to, a guy like a Grant Hill. He was Mr. Triple-Double. He and Jason Kidd, to me, were almost the same players, just in different bodies when Grant started his career off in Detroit. And to see him get injured, man, that just hurt me because he had so much potential. Even though he had a great career, I still think about him. How about Greg Oden? Who got hurt in his senior year, had to shoot free throws with his left hand, and then he comes into the league, and the big fella just had to battle injuries, and feel sorry for that big fella because he was so skilled in the game.
Now here's Winslow. He has 5. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Now here's White. Left side Markkanen. And again, Chicago. No good. Miami trailing. Here's Nunn. Stolen by Markkanen. Porter against Winslow. Here's Carter. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Butler passes to Leonard. The game now all time. Leonard's got 6.
Oh, man, challenging the defense inside with the pass. That's just good ball movement.
White drives in. Here's Markkanen. Looks good. Is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Miami's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Nunn. He's got 6. Shot clock at 6. Outside Leonard. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Bulls. Now the pass to Markkanen. From past the arc, it's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And stolen by White. And White with the stuff.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
The Heat trail by 4. Here's Nunn. He dishes it to Butler. The tray. The shot will not fall.
He's been cold, and it's been hurting him. The D, I mean, he's ready for him. He hasn't been able to solve it.
Porter outside. And it's Miami with the rebound. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. There's Winslow. No good off the back of the rim. The Bulls leading by 4. Porter with it. Shoots over Leonard. Porter, no luck. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Butler. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Satoransky's checked in for Chicago. Satoransky against Butler. To the middle. Here's Adebayo. A second chance effort. Yes, that goes in. Adebayo's got his second bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And here's a look at some numbers for Butler.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And that one falls for White.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Young comes in for Carter. And it's Denzel Valentine in for Zach LaVine. The Heat also changing it up. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Leonard. And it's Johnson in for Adebayo.
Didn't have a free throw in the first quarter, but you can see he's starting to play with more energy now. He has a tougher attitude.
Outside Dragic. Butler against Satoransky. And they double up Butler. The kick out to Dragic. Just 4 to shoot. With the floater, the shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 4th assist in this one.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
Pass to Young. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Young's got 6 points.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Heat. Trailing by 4. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
55 seconds left in the second quarter.
They get burned this time. That's a shot they're willing to give up, though.
Floats it up for Young and taken away by Johnson. Here's Jones. Finished off the break. Jones has got the lead up to 1 now for the Heat.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
To the inside. Here's Dragic. No good on that one. And the Bulls going the other way now. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And White with the stuff.
Yeah, under control. White has those short, quick strides.
Heat shooting in this game, 45%. Butler against Satoransky. And here is Butler. He's got 6. 5 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Zach LaVine making things happen for the Chicago Bulls. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, a hard-fought first half. What changes have to be made to get a little separation?
They're making tough shots. We're trying to stick to our concept, so we got to come back, make plays, make shots, and, just stay solid.
Always a challenge for a young team. Thanks for your time, Zach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Zach LaVine was the man in the first. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, so far they won the battle of assists. They played more patiently and very unselfish in the first half. Good shot selection and nice flow of offense.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted, playing an outstanding game. They can keep it up in the second half. They may wear the other side out.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Chicago leading. LaVine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's White in at the point. And that's the group for Jim Boylan as we begin the second half.
Well, known for his shooting, Markkanen is still 7 feet. Great to see him score near the hoop.
Markkanen's gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 60%. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. Now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me on the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude. David, thanks. For 3, LaVine. Some solid defense from Butler. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Looking to end his cold spell. Here's Leonard. Chicago grabs the miss. Now Porter. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Butler goes in. The shot, no good. And it's Chicago the other way.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
So it's Miami now. A 2-point game. And for a player that didn't come in with a lot of fanfare to the NBA, Markkanen is one of the top young players in the league.
Yeah, call him the marksman or the finisher. Call him Larry Bird if you like. Fantastic stretch 4 who showed he could be a focal point of an offense, can play with an edge as well, and is just scratching the surface of his potential. Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
2 minutes gone in this 3rd quarter now. Here's Butler. Rebound by the Bulls. Markkanen's got 6 rebounds in the game.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
Leonard with the steal. Winslow against Porter. Porter with the steal. Here's LaVine. Oh, what a beautiful point.
What intensity. Did you see that? Great. Got to give LaVine some love. Many of the dunks he pulls off are just flat out nasty.
The Heat trail by 6. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Winslow against Markkanen. Pass to Adebayo. Excellent D there from Markkanen.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Now here's White. 8 points for him. They double him with Butler. LaVine kicks to Porter. That's good, and it's LaVine with the assist. LaVine's got 3 assists now in this one. Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
And the Heat call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
The Bulls making a switch here. Dunn's checked in. Heat also with the sub. Heroes checked in. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Winslow against Porter. Now here's Winslow. Defense right on him. Good work defensively by Carter. Now here's Dunn. Here's Levine. The kick out to Porter. The three ball. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Nunn passes to Hero. Here's Nunn. Dunn covering. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The NBA will play a regular season game in Paris for the first time. Hornets and Bucks. Chris, you're planning to be there for that, aren't you?
Such a beautiful city. Can't wait. And think about all our players from France that are here now that are doing such great things in the NBA. It's going to be awesome for them to get to go home and do it in front of their families.
And the first one drops. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Chicago. They're on a 14-5 run here. Poked loose to the middle. Here's Markkanen. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Nunn. 8 points for him. And it's Dunn penetrating. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dunn's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bulls. And for the Heat, they're shooting not great, 40% for the game. Nunn passes to Hero. Rebound collected by Levine. The Bulls leading by 14. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And you love to have a player like Chris Dunn out on the perimeter with his defense.
Oh, man, big men love guards that can actually keep their assignment in front of them. Dunn has quick feet, great lateral movement, and that's why he's a successful defender.
The free throw drops in for Dunn.
There's no question Dunn is a great athlete, but he must first work on his shooting as well as his passing.
And so he makes both from the line. Well, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
Here's Hero. Just 5 to shoot. There's the triple. Markkanen pulls it in.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Porter passes to Markkanen. He kicks to Dunn. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Porter outside. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Dunn. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Heat. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford. and the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Monday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
And the Heat call time here. Chris, I read this the other day, the NBA announcing the development of the BAL, the Basketball African League. They feel there's a lot of untapped potential there. I would tend to agree.
I'm so excited. I already put my name in the hat to go out there and work with and help develop these kids. Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, just think about this. You want to know what type of talent is out there? Let's just start with the King. Then we go to Mutombo, Embiid. He's from Cameroon. How about Antetokounmpo, who has Nigerian parents? I mean, we can keep on going. How about Ibaka help find Siakam? Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
There's some talent out there, baby. And, yes, I'm excited for the BAL, the Basketball African League. Africa, stand up, baby.
That one is off. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
Now here's Winslow. He's got 7. Dragic dishes to Winslow. Johnson outside. Adebayo against Young. Here's Dragic. Miami no good on that time either.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Olynyk with the steal. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Miami. Trailing by 17. Dragic kicks to Winslow. Kicks it out to Jones. Out to the right wing. Olynyk finds Dragic. Clock at 4. Will it go? And it's Chicago with the rebound. LaVine feeling it out a bit. Young from outside. Unable to get that one. The Heat go the other way with it. Outside Dragic. Passes it to Winslow. Here's Olynyk. Felicio with the rebound. Felicio's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Porter, here we go. For 3, LaVine. And Jones pulls it down. The Heat trail by 17. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Outside Dragic. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
There's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. The pass to LaVine. Stolen by Winslow. Jones, no one around him. And it's off from 3-point range. Inside, it's tipped. LaVine passes to Porter. That's good, and it's LaVine with the assist. LaVine's got his 5th assist in this one. The Heat trail by 18. Here's Dunn. Makes it off the glass. Dunn's got 6 points in the quarter.
Oh, Kev, the main strength of Dunn's game to me is his ability to carve his way inside. So insane.
Miami's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. Done against Dragic. Six to shoot. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play heads up against these squads. The Heat third.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Now, here's Dunn. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen. Pass to Felicio. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, you can clearly see which offense is better right now. We'll see if that continues the rest of the way.
And here are the Heat now. The Bulls getting the bucket. Dunn right side. Launches it. Miami grabs the miss. And Zach LaVine gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. So for the Bulls, Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Felicio. Valentine comes in for Porter. And Satoransky subbed in for Zach LaVine. Heat also with a sub. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Jones. Now here's Dragic. 11 points in the game. No good again that time. The Bulls leading by 22. Valentine passes to Young. Back to Valentine. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Johnson. Here's Dragic. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty.
A scoreless quarter for him. I mean, you can see by his body language that he's getting discouraged. The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay-in.
Floats it up for Butler. And the basket by Olynyk. Olynyk's got his first 2 points of the night.
Strong finish by Olynyk. I mean, he's gotten stronger, and you can see that.
Satoransky against Dragic. Fires for 3. The shot by Satoransky, no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
White, he's checked in for Dunn. Stolen by Satoransky. Young against Johnson. Young passes to Carter. Shoots over Olynyk, and the shot is long.
Credit the D for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
The Heat trail by 20. Here's Dragic. 11 points in the game. 26 seconds left to play here in the third. And yes, it's good. Dragic has got 13.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen. Defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Satoransky looking around. Over to the left wing. White down low. Johnson's there. And White kicks to Satoransky. And the Bulls with another miss. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Bulls lead by 18. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
This is the versatility you need to play in today's game. 2 guards have to be able to make plays for others.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for the Heat, the backcourt, Dragic and Butler. Kelly Olynyk is out there with James Johnson. And it's Leonard in at the 5. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Story of their game right here. One sloppy play after another.
Here's Satoransky. White left side. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And probably more of a natural scorer than passer. White has worked hard on his playmaking ability.
The first one falls. Markkanen, he's checked in for Chicago. And both free throws good for White. And with the likely return of prep-to-pro prospects, Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine. I still think that, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately, should you have that combine. Your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
Here's White following the score by James Johnson. Here's Carter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you look at Wendell Carter Jr., the center out of Duke. Fantastic blend of size and mobility. A lot to like about what he can do.
And with Wendell Carter Jr., we saw flashes of his potential last season.
Easy to see why he was a snap pick at 7 for the Bulls back in 2018. As he gets more comfortable in his role and his teammates lean on him, he could be a force.
Butler, and he drops it in from the low post.
And Butler feasts from this area. The defense has to do a better job in how they scheme him.
The Bulls leading by 17. White the pass to Carter. No good on the shot. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And Adebayo throws it down.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. It's stolen by Adebayo. Here's Butler, and it's Butler with the jam.
Butler can get up. I mean, people take his hops for granted. That's the easy flush.
White drives in. Here's Markkanen, drilled from 11 feet out. And Miami has possession. 15-point game. Here's Nunn. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Johnson kicks to Leonard.
And they've got to get back to what they were doing in that first half if they want to somehow win this game. The offense has gone stagnant.
And Markkanen throws it down.
And the offensive game of Markkanen is great, adding more and more to it over time.
The Heat trail by 17. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by White. And White slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Here's Nunn after the Bulls pick up 2. They get a hand on it. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. White's running. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Here's Satoransky. The dish now to Markkanen. White with it. He's feeling it.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Butler. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. And so Satoransky will bring it up for Chicago. And White slams it in.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Miami with the ball. The Bulls getting the bucket. Timeout called, the Heat. Hey, Chris, for some guys, playing in their hometown is a dream. But there's also that added pressure, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, at least when you play away from home, it's a little more quiet. You don't have to get as many tickets for the game. When I got a chance to play home in Detroit, it was one of the best moments of my life. And I thought to myself, this is a wonderful feeling, but could I have handled it for 15 years in my career? I don't know. That's 30 tickets a game. Oh, I probably would have to go back into the NBA again just to pay for those tickets. But I tell you what, it's fun. And for me, a mama's boy, eating your mama's cooking before a game, it is never, ever, I've never had a better feeling before a game. Eating her food and being able to go out and play.
I bet. Levine's checked in for Satoransky. Levine against Butler. Back to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 6th assist on the night.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Bulls.
White dishes to Carter. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
There is where Carter Jr. is most comfortable. It feels like he can score at will from there.
Here's Butler. Chicago grabs the miss. Carter's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Levine passes to Young.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
That free throw good from Thaddeus Young. And Chris, underclassmen entering the draft, they can now hire agents, get help attending workouts, and still retain their eligibility. Do you like that move?
I love the move, Kevin. You know what it does? It helps less to fall by the wayside. So you come out of college, you don't know how good you are. You don't, it's based off ego, how hard you worked, family and friends telling you, go, 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 get the money, but what's your testing ground? You don't know. You don't have a full context. So I love the fact that it lets you go out there and see, and if you have any trepidation, go back to school. You got another year. So, yes, I love this move.
Excellent. C-Web, excellent. And Bam Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
Now here's Johnson. "14 feet away." Rebound by the Bulls. Young's got his 4th rebound in this one. Carter on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. Outside, Levine. Markkanen trying to break loose. Levine can't hit.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Two-time NBA champion Michael Thompson says the arm muscles, Chris, on today's players don't measure up with what they used to be. Is that even important?
You know what? He's right, but I don't know how important that is unless, you just want to bring the gun show to the games and pull out the arms and the curls and say, check out these muscles. But now I think, it's a lot different. And make no mistake, even though that is a true comment, the players of today are much more athletic than his day and my day. And I think that's because of technology. They understand core strength. They understand dieting. They understand rest. And so many, they're privy to so much information that we didn't have. But, yeah, no more curls. It doesn't seem like there are any more Karl Malone 24-inch pythons, brother, out there in any of these games.
Now here's White. Feeds it to Carter. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Carter's got 7 points for the quarter. Here's Nunn. Kicks it to Butler. Pass to Nunn. Butler up top. Guarded by Levine. He gets that one. 14 points for Jimmy Butler.
Oh, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
White looking around. Pass to Levine. And the jam by Levine.
And this gets the team fired up. Levine is an energizer who enjoys dropping the hammer on the drive.
The Heat have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Nunn passes to Butler. And it's good, 2 points.
He's ramped up his game in a big way this quarter. I don't think he likes it when they're trailing.
The Bulls leading by 22. Young outside. There's the pass to White. Marking in against Adebayo. Back to White. He feeds it to Carter. The shot misses. Great D that time from Leonard. Here's Butler. Again, the Heat good for 2.
Taking things into his own hands. He's been a beast this quarter.
And here's White. Pass to Levine. Tries it from 19. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Nunn. White covering. Pass to Butler. Stolen by Markkanen. White drives in, and easy 2 points on the layup. White's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Here's Nunn. The other day, Chris, I heard Commissioner Adam Silver talking about that it strikes him sometimes how isolated players can be with cell phones and headphones, and those things wouldn't help that. Is it something that you've noticed or that you're concerned about?
You mean with my nephews and nieces and friends that are younger and kids walking across the street looking at their phones and not even looking both ways?
You know, your play-by-play partner, whoever it might be.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Kevin, those are the times. And so I would tell Adam Silver, Mr. Commissioner, well, that's a basketball problem. That's a world problem. How are we going to stop any of that? We're here now. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle, Kevin.
And Miami shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Here's Butler. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Thaddeus Young. And you look at Jimmy Butler. Goes about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
That free throw good from Butler.
Just so competitive. I mean, Jimmy Butler brings attitude, not only to the games, but practices as well. Kevin, you remember that infamous Minnesota practice before he got traded in 2018? Yeah, that's going down in NBA lore.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Felicio's checked in for Carter. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Lauri Markkanen. And it's Ryan Arcidiacono in for Thaddeus Young. That one misses. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Chicago Bulls. Passes it to Arcidiacono. That's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Hero. Drains the jumper to finish the break. The Bulls leading by 22. And White kicks to Arcidiacono. And there's the pass to Hutchison. And Chris, whether it's KD or Kyrie, we've seen stars grow irritated. Constant questions about their free agent destinations.
I would just suggest to them to go back in time. Nothing's new under the sun. Watch guys like Shaq, like myself, other guys that were free agents. It's a time to talk about it, and it's a time not to. And you can even speak about your impending free agency without insulting the fans where you're playing and without guessing of maybe where you will go next year. I just think that, guys just need to be a little more sensitive with it. Fans really want to know, and if the media's going to ask you the question, you got to figure a way how to handle that out delicately.
Well said. Here's Hero. The Bulls getting the bucket. .151 left in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Levine. Here's Arcidiacono. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist.
Yeah, Kevin, you like seeing Levine more like this, wanting to improve as a passer.
And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Hero passes to Butler. Knocks down the three ball. Butler's got 16 here in the second half.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
And the shot goes in.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Chicago.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Well, it's clear that Butler doesn't fear anyone. I mean, he's relentless in how he attacks.
And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better in different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, you got your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it. They'll take it, even with the miss. Anything they can do to cut into the lead.
Felicio kicks to Levine. Wants to get it to Adebayo and does. Butler in the corner. Here's Winslow. That one misses. And the Bulls going the other way now. Here's Harrison. Lays it up and banks it in.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They grab their own miss. Off with the layup.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Winslow finds Dragic. And Leonard has it in the corner. No good off the front iron. Outside, Levine. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.